It wasn't that bad of an episode. It was just an okay episode.
You know, what breaks my heart is that episode. By no stretch of the imagination did I lead that episode. By any stretch of the imagination. But you admitted it right out the gate. You're like, okay, I'm not feeling 100%. So I was like, shit, okay, I got to make sure that when he's not talking, I got to have something right there out the gate to try to get him to talk some more, to keep him, reeling him back into this thing we call the show. And then you said, this episode sucked. Robbie tried not to fuck up his hardest, and it still sucked.
I didn't think it sucked. I mean, you're definitely better than usual.
Man, I was self-conscious the entire time. And then they get that bomb he dropped on me.
Maybe that's why the room felt weird.
Yeah.
Maybe subconscious and you were being weird, so I started acting weird.
We talked about family last episode. This is something I wanted to talk about, and it might not work this time. And if it doesn't work, we won't.
Last week we talked about family. This week we're going to talk about modern family.
Interesting. It's actually related to the same family. We talked about our cousin Michael. Let's talk about his father this episode.
George Michael.
Yes, let's talk about George Michael, our uncle George Michael.
Yeah.
He's had a complete 180 in character. And
Who's this exactly?
Our Uncle Louis. Our Uncle Louis C.K.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So you made the comment because our family had our parents did a little trip last weekend, and they were right by where he lives. And you're like, you think he's going to come visit? He's going to be a weirdo about it.
Oh, in real life?
Yeah, in real life. Like, you think he's going to visit? Or is he going to be like, oh, you guys can't because of blah, 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 with the masks and all that other stuff? This guy was the biggest, like, dude, the name of zip code, he's pounded somebody in that zip code at one point or another. That guy's the biggest womanizer in the world. What is Terry doing that's so fucking special?
You think that pussy must be?
That's my point. Is she just like the best head game in the world that this guy changed his entire personality?
Something in Gomorrah. What's that thing?
Sodom and Gomorrah?
Yeah.
What about
kind of pussy?
You lost me, pal. Sodom and Gomorrah pussy? Yeah. I just listened to a whole thing about Sodom and Gomorrah. There's no pussy in Sodom and Gomorrah. It's all assholes.
Yeah, man. That's how good her pussy is.
It's all assholes and rim jobs over there.
That's
what are you
how good her
talking
pussy
about?
is.
I'm not following this bit.
It's like an asshole, but a pussy.
I don't understand what you're saying.
Dude, think about it.
I'm thinking about it. I still don't get it.
It's biblical pussy.
Oh, so I get what you're saying. So you're saying this girl, Terry's so special that, like, if Uncle Louis even tried to go against it, he just can't help himself.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. Isn't that blow your mind, though? This guy fucked everything that
No, Robert, what blows my mind
no wonder why his kids got such good game.
What blows my mind is that he fucked while looking like a beached whale.
He was kind of like Tom Selleck back in the day.
Really? No, he's not. I've seen photos of him. That's the most. That's. I don't even like Tom Selleck. You know how mean that is to Tom Selleck.
He was fairly built at one point, wasn't he?
I would have taken the asshole from that one season of Grey's Anatomy of Dallas. I would have been like that Mama
not Tom Selleck.
Yeah, that guy was like, all right, fine. But I thought you were actually going to have the audacity to insult the actual Tom Selleck. Who I'm not even defending because I don't like Tom Selleck. Okay, but I thought you were going to have the. It's like I said. That's like hey, he has a real Burt Reynolds vibe to him.
You know what's funny?
He's got Burt Reynolds vibe to him?
I almost said Burt Reynolds, but that's ridiculous. Let me drop that. Like, that's
right.
ridiculous. I'll
Burt
Tom
Reynolds.
Selleck I don't like. I like
Burt Reynolds.
I like Burt Reynolds. Why didn't say Burt Reynolds?
Burt Reynolds is like the only guy who it's like, I mean, yeah, he fucked my girlfriend, but like,
it's Burt Reynolds.
It's fine. All right, it's not a big deal. We're fine. We're all gonna be fine. Okay, that's the reaction you have to that.
I get what you're saying, and I agree.
Like, can you imagine if Burt Reynolds was actually Once Upon a Time in Hollywood instead of asshole Bruce Dern?
I don't.
And so instead of Laura Dern's shitty father.
See, I agree. Obviously, Burt Reynolds would have been way better than that guy, because that guy's the worst.
The character sucks, though. It would have been Burt Reynolds.
But it would have been better if Burt Reynolds was like actually in the story. That guy's in one scene.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe like 3 or 4.
I wish Burt Reynolds was still acting.
I wish Burt Reynolds wasn't dead.
Yeah, because he would have in so many movies, though. But there's so many movies that
apparently
need
he was
Burt
there
Reynolds.
for the cast read, and apparently everyone said it was amazing. It's like, wow, imagine being Bruce Dern walking after that one.
I think Bruce Dern sucks.
Yeah, what a horrible actor.
Yeah, one of the worst fucking actors. That guy
What was
sucks.
he in that? He was in Big Love, right?
Fucking him. He's worse than Nick Nolte. Nick Nolte's one of the worst guys out
Nick
there.
Nolte's pretty cool, though.
Yeah, not anymore, though. Back in the day, everyone says he was cool.
No, Nick, but I mean, as far as like he can actually act a little bit, though. Like Bruce Dern can't do that much. Bruce Dern can just walk around like a goddamn moron.
And he can produce good-looking offspring.
That's a stretch.
I think Laura Dern's kind of attractive.
I think Laura Dern is gorgeous if you're really attracted to Bruce Dern.
Okay, well, how about this? I'm not attracted to Bruce Dern at all, but I'm kind of attracted to Laura Dern.
What about Chris Bosh?
Yeah.
I thought you were like really long necks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's my thing.
Yeah, I can tell.
I love
You're into
long
Laura
necks.
Dern. It must be.
Speaking of long necks,
harsh
is that
jaws,
how,
long necks, and bad hair.
Speaking of long necks,
that's all you got, lady. Harsh jaw, a long neck, and bad fucking hair. Like, no, Julie, I think we should just stick to the. That's all you got, baby. Two wrong feet and ugly fucking shoes. No, I kind of like this whole. What if we go with like the whole? Listen, Laura, you got an ugly fucking bird neck, stupid hair, and a hard goddamn jaw. Like, okay, Julia, Laura's not in the movie, let alone the scene.
Who's Laura?
Dern.
Oh my god, I'm an idiot.
We're having this conversation together.
That's my point. I was confused. She's not in fucking Eric Brockovich. So I was like,
Aaron Brockovich.
Aaron Brockovich.
Eric Brockovich. They probably would have cast Julia Roberts to play it. They would have cast her brother, Eric Roberts, to play Eric Brockovich.
I would like to see that movie one time.
With Eric Brockovich?
Yeah, I would like to see Eric Roberts starring as
They're
Eric
actually
Brockovich.
making a trilogy. They're going to do Aaron Brockovich, which is already made. Eric Brockovich is in the works, and they're doing Erica Brockovich, which is actually Emma Roberts' Brockovich role. It's going to be pretty cool.
I think it needs to be done.
It does. Unfortunately, Albert Finney's dead, so they're recasting with Pauly Shore.
Dude, that is a better movie.
I've always
said, Albert Finney.
You're always
why
like,
not put
Biodome
why
doesn't
not put
get
Pauly
enough
Shore?
scratch.
Who?
Biodome doesn't get enough scratch. Pauly Shore should be a lot bigger than he is.
All right, I'm trying to look at what I want to.
Who would have
talk
thought
about,
that Mitzi Shore could be responsible for the Comedy Store, and her greatest achievement in life would be Pauly Shore, her son?
Nepotism is very real, and I don't understand why nepotism didn't really help him in any way, shape, or form. It got him a couple of gigs, but what happened?
You don't think it helped him at all?
Not really.
Let's see. Okay, how good of a scale 1 to 10? No jokes. All jokes aside, how good of an actor is Pauly Shore 1 to 10?
At least a 9.
Serious answers.
2.
Okay. See, so I can agree with it too. That man has 79 acting credits.
Yeah,
I think nepotism worked perfectly.
Okay, name 79 things he's been in. I can name 3.
Pinocchio, A True Story, animated film.
Actually, hold on. Before you read
My
them,
Sweet
hold on.
Monster,
I can actually
animated
name
film.
4 things right now. None of them are that. He had his TV show. He's in fucking Entourage. You just got drama.
Yeah.
Nothing special. And he's in Biodome. And he's in Encino Man.
And Son-in-Law.
What's son? I don't know what that
The one
is.
with Carl Gugino, where he's on the farm.
I do know what that is. Okay, so he's in 5 movies.
And he's in
4 movies and a TV show.
Jerry
3 movies and
Duty.
a TV show.
the other 90s movie he did.
My point is, none of these movies are like good movies by any stretch. And I'm not even saying it's because of him. They're not really necessarily good. Like Biodome's not like anything great on paper, regardless of who's in it or not.
I don't know. You seen Biodome?
I've seen parts of it.
Well, I don't know if people have ever heard this before. People always say like a Laurel and Hardy, an Abbott and Costello, a Baldwin and Shore.
You see, I've always heard that. I didn't realize it was about that Baldwin and that Shore.
You thought it was about like Alec Baldwin.
Yeah.
And
Howard Shore, the composer.
Yeah. That's what you thought it was about. That's what you thought.
That's
It's actually about.
I was wrong though.
It's actually about the unfortunately only once utilized but never once forgotten powerhouse dynamic duo that was Biodome. And it's crazy because you don't think you how could a movie called Biodome really be you tell me they got oh shit, Pauly Shore and Stephen Baldwin's in this?
Yeah, that's actually a lot of power.
I mean, it takes a lot to get a 1 on Metascore.
It's actually that low?
I also gave it a 1 apparently.
That's insane.
What's more insane is that the average from Metacritic gave it a 1. I gave it a 1, but the average score from user reviews is a 4.4, which makes me think of this 28,000 reviews. Pauly Shore created 27,000 accounts.
I mean, if the public says it's better, then maybe we're wrong.
I mean, let's see the financials in this one, man. $15 million budget, worldwide gross of 13.4.
You know what Pauly Shore's problem might be?
Being named Pauly Shore.
Maybe he has the problem that a lot of comedians have, and he's...
Is he even a stand-up, really?
No. He's not saying... maybe he probably is, but I don't know.
Apparently he is. He's listed on his IMDb. It says stand-up comic Pauly Shore, parentheses, Paul Montgomery Shore.
Is that where you got Paul Montgomery from? Is that the mystery solved of this decades-long mystery?
It could be, but I don't... Apparently he got his start when he had an MTV show called Totally Pauly. That's how he got his start. On MTV, on music television, it's Totally Pauly.
So I guess he's a stand-up. I was going to say, is my point, maybe it's not that he sucks, he's just not good at being funny if he's not the one writing it, per se.
Maybe he's just...
You know how like so many stand-ups are better at
not
talking
funny.
than being funny? I don't know, maybe he's just in front of his right niche. You know who's actually really good? Who's actually way better at doing things that aren't comedy really, but start off being a comedy person?
Let me actually think for a second.
Because Pauly Shore could have a very similar trajectory this guy has if he follows the same path. Because this guy actually, I think, really found his footing in the last couple of years.
Is it a bit or an actual?
No, this is legit.
So the guy is a stand-up.
Okay, to be fair, I don't know if he was a stand-up, but he did. He's kind of like Pauly Shore. He had his own reality show for a while. He did a handful of movies. I don't know if he's actually ever a stand-up, but he's a funny guy.
It's a funny guy who had a reality show and did some movies.
Yeah.
And it was his reality show?
Yes.
It wasn't like he was on a one season of American Idol. Like it was
no,
his
it was
reality
like a
show.
Punk'd type of show. But it wasn't Punk'd, and it was better than Punk'd, I think, but it didn't last as long.
Ashton Kutcher does stand-up?
No, it's not Ashton Kutcher.
You said it's Punk'd.
I said it's like Punk'd. It was a prank show. I think it was only like 3 seasons.
Oh my God! Do not. That was the biggest. You talking about Jamie Kennedy right now?
Yeah, but I'm being sarcastic and everything.
He's still a stand-up somehow.
But I was saying he's so much better now than he used to be doing his videos, which I was being sarcastic about.
I forgot he even exists currently. Yeah, his dumbass YouTube channel where he's like, "I'm Jamie Kennedy."
My whole bit
I was almost cast in Dead Poet Society, but I didn't get the job.
That's all of his videos. I was
almost in the Poet Society.
Have you guys seen The Prestige? I was up for that.
I was almost in The Prestige. I was almost in School Ties.
You guys see that movie Dunkirk a couple of years ago?
Girl Interrupted. They didn't want Angelina Jolie. They wanted your boy Jamie Kennedy.
He was going to play both parts. He was really going to show how good he was at acting. He was going to play both girls.
He's like, John Woo came to... I passed on Face Off. That's how it went to Cage and Travolta. They were originally to do a two-piece Kennedy.
And it was going to be me playing Nick Cage's part and me playing John Travolta's part. And they were going to take our faces off.
Lauren Michaels called me and said, listen, we want to do this thing about the two brothers in the Roxbury, but we don't think Catan and Farrell's good enough comedy to it. We want Kennedy and Kennedy. And he was like, all right. I'm not interested. Sorry. Because you can call my buddy Paulie if you want. They call Paulie Short. Paulie Short passed on it. Paulie Short passed on it. And that's the reason why we have Step Brothers with Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly and not the original proposal of Paulie Shore and Jamie Kennedy.
But now you know the true story. How much better
Here's
Step
really
Brothers
crazy. The Mask, you're thinking like, oh, Jim Carrey movie. I'm like, no, Jamie Kennedy. I think, oh, Mask 2? No. Mask 1, Jamie Kennedy also passed on to be in the Mask 2.
Isn't that crazy?
He's like, I'd rather be the son role in this one, not the father.
It's just a meteor role.
It's a lot. I can sink my giant teeth into it.
He was also supposed to do Night at the Roxbury.
I said that.
But then you switched to Step Brothers.
No. I said he was supposed to do Night at the Roxbury, and because he didn't is the reason why Step Brothers was cast with those guys opposed to the other two guys.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't listening to the story.
Yeah, man. That's a shocker.
Yeah.
He was also, people know this one either, right? Pulp Fiction.
Nah,
Pauly Shore.
For Vic Vega?
Vincent Vega.
It sounds so bad.
Yeah. They were going to use it to revive, instead of reviving Travolta's career, they're going to use it as a platform to revitalize or reinvigorate Pauly Shore's career.
How cool would that have been, though, if in Reservoir Dogs, instead of Michael Manson, it was...
Pauly Shore.
No. It was Jimmy Kennedy.
Ooh.
And then Pauly Shore was Vincent
That's
Vega.
what they think of the movie The Vega Brothers. And
how good that movie would have been.
Yeah, man.
See, my point is, though, if Pauly Shore just started going to YouTube like Jimmy Kennedy did, he'd be just as...
You know something else that's crazy, too? You know how
big
Chasing
as Jimmy
Amy
Kennedy.
apparently was only like one vote shy of getting an Oscar nomination for Best Screenplay?
Mm-hmm.
You know Kicking It Old School is the same fate, only one vote shy of getting an Oscar nomination for Best Screenplay?
I was aware of that. Did you also know that...
Malibu's Most Wanted, same thing.
No, did you know that Pauly Shore was one vote away from Encino Man again, the Oscar for Best Leading Actor?
That's not true.
He was one vote. Yeah, it was 2 votes. I'm sorry.
Actually, that's actually you're wrong. It's pretty controversial at the time. Pauly Shore wasn't even in the nominations. Like he wasn't even in the running for nomination. But it was really peculiar because Sean Astin was, and so was Brendan Fraser, and he was freaking out like Brendan Fraser barely talks. I think he just eats fucking mustard the entire movie, and he gets an Oscar nomination, and I don't. That cocksucker puts mustard in his mouth. And Sean Astin, that's actually why I got Rudy because of Encino Man.
Huh.
I know. Not many people know that. Not many people know that Sean Astin.
So you're telling me Encino Man was a launching pad for the likes of Sean Astin and Brendan Fraser, but poor Pauly Shore just became... Pauly Shore is dead.
When did Encino Man come out?
98.
Not even close.
Okay.
Try again.
Was I in the right...
The right decade, but the complete wrong side of that decade.
Really? 92.
Correct.
Nice.
That's when it actually came out. When did Rudy come out?
96?
Wrong.
88.
Still wrong.
87.
Came out in the 90s.
Lucas came out in 88. Yeah, by the way, everybody likes Rudy.
I know.
Lucas is a fucking the original Rudy, okay?
I know, man. But when did Rudy come out? We're talking about that right now.
2003.
1993.
Close.
When did Encino Man come out?
92.
When did Rudy come out?
93.
When did Encino Man come out?
92.
So you're telling me that you don't think Sean Astin got Rudy because of Encino Man?
Dude, it all adds up. What came out in 93 for Brendan Fraser? Was it Airheads?
No. It might have been School Ties.
He wouldn't have gotten School Ties without Encino Man. What did Pauly Shore do in '93?
Fucking
Cocaine.
nothing.
He
Yeah,
used to do a
probably
line of
coke.
cocaine in his mom's
sucked
comedy
cock.
club. Yeah, in his mom's comedy club.
Yeah, it's his comedy club now. Show him some respect.
Yeah, now it is. It wasn't then. It wasn't in '93.
No. He refers to it as always being his because he knew it was going to be his rightfully. He's like, it's actually mine. My mom owns the place.
That goes back to the point I brought up all the way at the beginning of this. How the fuck is it the guy that owns the comedy?
Coincidentally, School Ties was the following movie after Encino Man.
See, it all
That's
makes
crazy.
sense. It was a launch pad, like I said. How is the guy that owns the comedy store not bigger in comedy?
Because he's in a movie called Son-in-Law with Carl Gugino, has a 33.
Yeah, but what if he's just really good at comedy?
Yeah, man. What if dude, okay, here's something crazy, right? Check this out. Pauly Shore, take every Pauly Shore movie ever made, cut him, here's an alternate reality I want to live in. Pauly Shore doesn't exist, but every Pauly Shore movie that was made the exact same way, except for David Faustino played that character.
I thought you were going to say Jimmy Kennedy was going to be in it. Full circle.
Jimmy Kennedy doesn't have that kind of range.
Bud?
David Faustino, Bud.
Dude, better movies.
Better movies, damn.
Better, funnier movies.
Not to mention, think how funny it'd be having Bud be an Entourage. That'd be a funny joke. Wouldn't it if David Faustino was an Entourage?
Dave Faustino is an Entourage.
Shit!
Grizzly Adams did have a beard.
Then who plays David Faustino's part? Jamie Kennedy.
That makes sense.
Jamie Kennedy's the acting part. That'd be great, man.
I remember one joke from the Pauly Shore show. He had a reality show, and I remember one joke. And
wasn't it called Pauly?
No, I think it was called Pauly Shore is Dead. That's why I said that joke
wasn't
before.
a TV show.
It was some documentary something or mockumentary thing that involved Pauly Shore.
And you only know about that because of the fucking Pauly Shore is Dead and was a fucking Hollywood's Pauly Shore loses everything, fakes his own death, and gets caught. It was a comedy where he's playing himself.
Well, he had a TV
he wrote
show,
and directed
Pauly
it.
Shore show.
Yeah, wasn't the show just called Pauly?
Maybe. I don't know. I thought it was called Pauly Shore is Dead.
Also, who the hell is Pauly with a Y and not an IE? Like,
Yeah,
bro,
that is
get
weird.
the fuck out of here.
Fucking
Get the fuck
funny.
out of here.
Anyways, the one joke is he's wearing a purse, and they're like, "That's a purse." He's no. I can't do an impression. Do you know how to do his voice?
No.
No. It's a purse.
You just did Shaggy.
I know. Well, his voice is all cracked like that. But no, that was the one joke. He did the Friends bit, wearing a merce. That was his big contribution to the world of comedy that stuck with me all these years.
Well, apparently, yeah. Okay, first off, hilariously enough, I'm scrolling through his on filmography on IMDb. I haven't gone to his TV show yet, but I have gone to the fact that he was in 2 episodes of the Jamie Kennedy Experiment.
Dude, I didn't know
That's
that.
inspired.
That is inspired. I didn't know that.
And an episode of Punked.
Why aren't they working together? Those two guys are the same person.
The Bogus Witch Project.
I don't know what that is.
Apparently a parody of the Blair Witch Project called the Bogus Witch Project.
I should be able to figure that out from the title.
You think so? He was in the Best of Jenny McCarthy Playboy years twice, back-to-back years.
That's pretty sick, actually.
I think he was also inside of her, if memory serves correctly.
He was inside of Jenny McCarthy?
I think so.
Dude, this guy... What's with these guys that have such a good game?
I don't know, man. It's like how Ellie Radikowski's with fucking Pete Davidson.
Yeah,
She has no respect for herself as a human being.
it's worse than that. It's the fucking Eric Andre guy.
Oh my god, she's with that guy.
How
You're
the
right.
fuck does that guy do that? He's not even funny.
I don't know.
It's like, look, it's Eric. Yeah, I mean, he looks like that, shows like that, but he's funny. That could make kind of sense. Like, yeah, he's funny as dicks. He
She's a
should
big
make
Two Broke Girls
sense.
fan.
Huh?
She's a big Two Broke Girls fan.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
Well, I mean, think about that. The CBS show.
Yeah.
The head of CBS, who was like, so you want Cat to have a love interest this season?
I got just the guy.
No. It wasn't his idea. He's not that smart. It was Whitney Cummings. When he was like, I got this great guy for this great love interest. It's Eric Andre from the Eric Andre show.
Have you seen Kat Dennings, Miss Cummings?
I have not.
Whoa, that was a shift in the. I don't know if Eric Andre and Max really makes the most sense to us. You got any other ideas?
It's my show. And I'm actually really successful at making TV shows being known. I made Two Broke Girls.
Huge success.
I made Two Broke Girls.
Huge success. No one's taking that away from you, Miss Cummings.
For the last 6 years, I've had Two Broke Girls on the air.
It's great. We're here now discussing the show. What else have you done? What else have you done for us lately?
I co-hosted with the Jersey Shore on New Year's Eve on MTV kind of thing.
It's a little bit of a drop off from your last project, which we established was Two Broke Girls.
I had Two Broke Girls.
Yeah.
I've been on the Howard Stern show a couple times.
Okay. There's a little something there.
And whenever I'm on there, all I can talk about is how much I want to suck his cock the whole time.
Huh. Is that part of your stand-up bit?
No. I was in a movie with Charlie Hunnam from Sons of Anarchy. Called Frankie Goes Boom. Maybe you've seen it.
I
haven't. I haven't even heard of it. Huh. I had a TV show.
Two Broke Girls. We know about this. We
I had another sitcom that I was actually in called Whitney. How long that last? A season.
It says here Chris D'Elia was your co-host. Maybe we shouldn't be judging your opinion on who should be starring opposite our female leads.
Yeah, it's weird because you have this like very condescending manner about you, about how like you have this superiority complex you kind of always operate with, and you make these false self-deprecating jokes like, "Oh, I'm just an idiot," but you actually clearly think you're who the hell you are, and that you're better than everyone, and then you know what's up, and then you have Chris D'Elia in your show.
Maybe we don't have Eric Andre in this one.
Maybe we don't have Eric Andre.
Who's your second choice?
I don't know. My second choice, Pauly Shore.